That guy raped me and strangled me. You know when a person like has this part of their arm, you can't even breathe properly. There was even a time when he was like, "Don't on my nipples," because there was a time when I was like, because I couldn't bear the pain. After that, he was like, "Thank you. One thing I need you to know is that I'm safe." The biggest mistake I've ever made with most of the guys I used to know then and some of the guys that raped me is how comfortable I was around them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like being comfortable to a point where, man, even if you say, yo, your thighs are cute, there's nothing wrong with that. So when the rape happened, after Eqedile, he said to me, yo, this was nice. You're exactly as I had imagined.
How are you, my sister?
I'm good, thank you. How do you do, sir?
I'm okay. I like your energy. I mean, like you walked in here, you didn't even greet me. You just went straight
I'm so sorry.
You went straight into the mirror because we've got a nice mirror. So
you know the problem is I
Yeah.
love mirrors, and I was very frustrated when I left. I was like, guys, my hair, what? But anyway, I need to show up. It's fine. So when I
Yeah.
saw the mirror, I'm like,
Because you were concerned about makeup and you told me that something happened to your skin.
something happened to my skin. Okay, so I wanted to be a girl type of thing, right? So I was like, okay, I need to go. I'm not gonna mention. Just have to go wash my skin. What and I got there. They did what had to be done. Bro, you have no
Yeah.
idea. Yo, I had pimples all over right after that. So my skin broke out. So every time I would try to get like a new product just to help, it made it even worse. I was like, okay, I guess I need to stay away from a lot of products. So the only thing I use now is sunscreen only.
Jeez, man.
And it's been really helpful.
Oh. So does having like a lighter skin a bit sensitive?
I think for me it is, my
Okay.
skin is very sensitive. But I just wanted to feel like a lady, guys.
Like you want to put on everything, you know?
why
I don't know makeup stuff, but like you want to become,
Yeah,
you know?
I really like, and now my friends are saying, but thing is, I have a good skin. So when I went, I was like, okay, no, I
And
just
you
want
do,
to
hey?
glow.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, God,
Yeah. So what was the solution? You drink water, maybe?
I
Would that
drink
help?
water. Okay, maybe also because I'm vegan, so I eat lots of vegetables and fruits. So they kind
You
of.
don't eat meat.
I don't eat meat. I don't eat dairy. I don't eat. Yeah,
Meat is nice though.
meat is nice.
If somebody would share like you and then let's go to Shisanyama.
I don't go to Chisanyama. If we go to Chisanyama, before we get there, you buy my food. You buy my food, then we can go to Chisanyama. But I
Yeah.
know how to cook. I mean, I think it's 4 years now, so it hasn't been that long,
Yeah.
really.
For somebody who's looking at you at the moment, how would you explain yourself? How would you describe yourself? Who are you, basically?
I believe I'm a loving person.
I can see.
I believe that about myself. I think before anything else, I'm a child of God. That I just have to put it out there. You know, I think that describes me. If I say to you, I'm a child, of course, I've got my weaknesses, but, you know, I'm a writer, script writing. I'm a storyteller, basically. Yeah, there isn't much, I've gone through stuff, overcome, and I'm here. Yeah.
Where are you from?
Originally, my dad is from Mthatha and my mom from Queenstown, but we were all born here in Soweto, Orlando.
Tell me about your family. Are you the only child or
No.
there's more kids?
So my dad has maybe more than 15 kids, I don't know.
You lie.
Yeah, my father has a lot of children. I'm so sorry, Daddy. But my father has a lot of kids.
Yeah.
And then my mom, it's me, my two sisters, and my younger brother. But I think I'm more closer to my dad than my mom, obviously because of whatever happened in the past. I won't really get into it because we fixed things with Kay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How was it like growing up in your family, Soweto?
My mom, one move Soweto, moved to Ekagiso.
Okay.
Living with my mom wasn't really fun. It wasn't fun because I guess she didn't know us, me and my other sister. And apparently after she gave birth to me, she took me to my grandmother. So I was raised by my grandmother. I think when I was around 10, 11, my grandmother was like, okay, so this is your biological mom. Because the whole time, I was thinking, okay, no, this is our sister, our older sister.
Yeah.
So when she said, no, this is your mom, like, my mom? No, so that means you're not my mother. What?
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, yeah, I want you guys to come live with me. And I'm like, okay, obviously I was excited. I was going to see Joburg for the first time, Went and stayed with my mom. But it wasn't fun at all, hey? But I think I understood it later when she told me the reason why she wasn't as loving as I would have expected her to be. Apparently she got raped. My dad, Yabo. And she couldn't love me the way she was supposed to love me. So that's what she said to me. Because there was a time when I went to her and I asked, why? I feel like you never really liked me. It's like every time you looked at me, there was this hate and bitterness.
And this is your mom.
Yeah, and she couldn't hide it. And, but when she told me, I understood. Because she said to me, my life had to stop because of you.
Oh,
yeah.
Snap.
My life had to stop. And I didn't know what to do. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Oh, snap.
And honestly, that's not what I wanted to hear, There were times when I really yearned for her to tell me, I love you, give me a hug. And she never did, And I really didn't care because I was like, okay, but school holidays, I'm going to my grandmother, And so my grandmother really played that motherly role. And I remember when my grandmother said to me, I think I was 18 or 19, and she said to me, you are going to have to go live with your dad. And I was like, why? I feel like it's like you're trying to abdicate me,
Yeah.
It's just like, he's got I'll just go there for the school holidays. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
28? No, 203. It was 2003, if not 4. I came and I met my dad. I was like, okay. Then I was like, okay, I think what Jen. I was like, okay, now I need to go back because this is Goloziavolo. And my dad was like, you can't leave. Kanti Yena and my grandmother had already spoken, Guti, she's not coming back. I hated my grandmother for 2 years. I couldn't forgive her for what she did because it felt like she was just throwing me away. And I felt as though she didn't love me anymore. And I started asking myself questions. Why would you do that? Bro, like, you are in your almost late 80s. I want to take care of you because you took care of me. And now I have to get used to my dad, to his wife, and those kids. I don't think that's what I want, It felt like torture emotionally. I was depressed for 3 years.
Sure.
Yeah, like I would look at my dad and be like, yeah, but this is not where I want to be. Everything just felt weird because I was just not used to having a father figure anyway. And also now I'm in a structure. There's a mother, there's a father, there's a certain way that you need to behave. And we're not allowed to even wear pants, crop tops and stuff. So my dad was very, Christian type of person. And so we were expected to wear like long skirts and, it's like, this is not the life I want for myself.
You were not prepared for it.
I was not. Yeah. And we're not even allowed to go to like parties and stuff. And okay, I didn't really care about that, but I got used to it. As time went by, I appreciated it. I was grateful. Then I was told that my mom went to Eastern Cape to fetch my granny because apparently she was just, my grandmother was not okay. She was sick. And I remember going to Kagiso because I wanted to see my my granny. I got there and bro, like dementia. She couldn't even recognize me.
Sure. Jeez.
And I was like, what? Ungubani? I was like, Kokondim, Gunomalanga.
How old are you now?
Now.
No.
Or then,
at the time,
I think I was 20, I was probably 22.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was like, Kaya and I'm like, oh my goodness, what? What happened to you? I know Malanga and Kwazi. And it hurt. Yeah, but okay, fine. I went back to my dad's. 208, my sister was like, yeah, go, it's the Eastern Cape right now, so you need to come. I was like, okay, no, let me go. I went. Strange though, because that day when I went to see my granny, I kind of knew she was gonna pass away. I felt it. Because I remember when we left the old age home, we got to my granny's place. There was a cloth, I think maybe a rock or something. I took it, but I felt very disconnected. And something in my spirit said, she's about to go. But the nicest part about it was when I went to see her as the Eastern Cape, she recognized me the moment I walked into the room. She was like, no, Malang, and she was so happy. I was like, oh, God. And I was really happy to see her. And then she passed away 2 days after that. And I was like, okay, now I feel all alone. Because also living with my dad and my stepmom, there's just a whole lot of things that were going on. She was, I think she had struggles of her own, because there were times when she felt like me and my other siblings were trying to take our father from her.
It always happens like that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I used to feel like she was more of a mother than my mom was.
Wow.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it did not make sense to me why she would feel like that about me. Yeah, but so we fought a lot. Like a lot. But I had to sit down with myself because I really needed to understand what is it that she was going through. Yeah, but later realized Uti, I was not even the issue at all. I was not the problem.
Okay.
No, I was not. The problem was how things had happened between her and my dad. And also maybe because of the stuff that my father did. Yeah, so obviously if I look at you, when I should do, because you're your dad's daughter and your boss, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm actually not the problem, because years later she came back and she apologized for everything. Yeah, she was like, no, I'm sorry. And everyone at that time was like, how do you even forgive? I'm like, yeah, but I have to. Yeah. It's not like I was innocent anyway now. Yeah, and my dad, one thing I have learned, Uguti, you can be raised by broken parents. And if they are not aware that they are broken, they bleed into you. And that's where the issue is. So you need to learn to deal with that. And I have had to deal with that. I needed to know where my dad comes from, where my stepmom comes from, what is it that they've been through, and how did they really break out of their struggles? Yes or no? Okay, no, he didn't really, and this is why this and this is happening. So for me to be a better person, I think I'll have to sort of like try to do better, but I'm not sure if my better is better really. Then I needed to, people around me, what type of person am I? How do I carry myself? Yeah, because I also do not want to be like my mom. I want to get married, but there were certain traits that I needed to check again. Go to, okay, bro, this is how maybe my mom used to talk, my stepdad, and that's not how I want to, talk to my husband. This is how my dad, and so I need to know, okay, if my father is like this, it's definitely not the kind of man I want in my life. English says daughters will always marry their fathers. And I had to go to God for that. That God, I love my dad with all of my heart. That man has a good heart. But can I please? I want to attract something different.
Yeah.
But also I want you to make me a better person. I want to be a good woman. Should I get married? I want to be a good wife. So expose me to me. And I literally went on fast, like 7 days fast. I was like, I have to take a 7-day fast and pray if I have to. Because then I started asking people, even the people that I used to date before, what kind of a girlfriend was I? Yeah.
You had to track back.
Yeah. You know, and this other guy said to me, you're a very loving person, but you're very insolent at the same time. Me? No, you said, no, that's not, I cannot be insolent. And I was like, yo, and I remember there was a time when my dad used to complain, Uguti, when you're full of pride, and when you think, Uguti, you are all that, you know. It's like, okay, God, now I know. Let me work on that, you know. Strange how life teaches a lot of things, but you've got to be willing. You know, you've got to be willing to learn, because you are not living for yourself. You're living for other people too. I look at my siblings, both from my mom's side and my father's side. I spoke to my brother the other time, and I said to him, there were certain things that he was not proud of. And he said to me, yo, I'm really worried because I feel like ingati, I'm married to my mom and I am my dad.
Sure.
And I said to him, work on it. Now that you've realized it and you see it, work on that. You can't be that. If you know, Guti, that's not what you want to be, fight. And you can't continue blaming people for who they are when God has given you that grace to see. Work on that, pray. God will assist you. And I know it's the truth. He will.
Yeah.
You know, there's curses, there's generational curses and all of those things. You break those things. Yes, it takes a lot of time, but it's worth it. You know, and I watched him struggle fighting, though. It's sad, because he's still young.
And some of these things, you can't fight them physically.
No, it's impossible. How do you fight a spiritual thing physical? The only way to overcome an enemy is through prayer, because the only person who knows you is God. And only He knows what is it that has to be what you have to be extricated from. God, it's only God who knows. Okay, this one has to be extricated from this and this and this and that. Yabo. But you need an eye for you to see that.
Let's move on a little bit further. You are dealing with what you're dealing with.
Yeah. Can I drink my coffee?
Yeah. We're just having a conversation, you know, and which we're going to talk about while you're here. Mm-hmm. You've got some interesting story. You were raped 4 times.
More
than 4 times, which is correct. Crazy and sad.
Right.
And with everything that you're dealing with, what happens when you find yourself, you are being raped for the first time?
So when it happened for the first time, I think I was 6. But I was very young. It was, and you know, I think the sad thing about this is that I was very close to my cousin, the one who did it. Like, I was literally, like, me and him were like besties, so that's what I used to think.
Yeah.
You know. So the first time it happened, so I was getting ready to go to school. So here's a makaya, right? You have to wait for the water to boil, and he said to me, so I did not have a problem with that. I mean, I'm a child. I wouldn't even think, okay, this is what it's gonna do.
You guys are playing.
Yeah,
all that,
you know. It's strange because I had forgotten about this. And, you know, I realized every time I talk about this, Gubeya, even the most dramatic stuff that I'd forgotten about. Because I remember him using a finger. But I didn't even know what is it that he was doing. You know, I was a little bit confused. And it's like, okay, avasa. Then I was like, okay, no, it's fine. I went to school. I came back from school and he was alone in the house. He grabbed me. Kulula, kulula, kulula. And that day he was like, he looked so scary. It's so strange. It was
How
really
old
scary.
is he at that time?
I think he was he was probably 25, 26, but he was very old. He was old.
What?
Yeah, no, he was old.
So you are 6, he's
Yeah,
20.
yeah. He was old. This was old.
What? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Right? And he applied Vicks. Is it Vicks or Zambak? But he applied something on my vagina. It's like, I have to apply this. And then he started using his finger again. I guess he wanted his what to slip in, you know. He raped me and he came because I remember, it's just at that time I did not know what sperms were, right?
Yeah.
But I do remember his sperms all over me. They were all over me and was like, yo, uyanyanyisa man, what is this? And I cried because I'm thinking, what the hell? Like, I have this white stuff all over my vagina. I don't know what is going on. And that thing went on for a year, if not 2. It went on for like a long time. I'd even gotten used to it. Like, I knew, okay, I'm going to go to school and I come back from school. If he's alone, this is what he's going to do to me. I got used to it. To a point where there were times when I did not even feel, I didn't feel the pain. I had gotten used to it. So what I would do, I would just like close my eyes or close my eyes. And then he left. And after he left, I think I was 16 when I first started talking about it. I told a friend of mine, you know, this and this used to happen, but it doesn't matter really, you know. I was like, how do you say it doesn't matter? Like, I don't get you, you know. But I think it's something that I never really wanted to deal with. You know, when when you were young, because every time I'd hear people saying, you know, when I was young, I'm thinking, yeah, but that happened to me too. So it was a bad thing. He was not supposed to do that. Yeah, but was it my fault? The thing is, I was very scrawny. Imagine like, over millions of a scrawny person. Like I was scrawny.
You were young.
I
you were very young.
Too
6
bony.
years old.
I'm telling you.
Guys. I'm afraid.
If I was not 5, I was 6. But all I know, Guti, I was very, I was little, but I was scrawny. You know? Then there were these 2 guys where we used to live. They started, because I remember one of them said to me, yeah, mhlano malanga, dun. Yabo, and I'll be like, yeah, thank you. But because, I mean, you don't even think, Uguti, this thing is going to repeat itself. Yabo, I mean, you're old now, because I always said to myself, I'm going to fight. Should that happen again, I'm going to fight and I'm going to kill what, if that happens again. And this boy was like, yeah, I'm going to use a pantyhose, but I have to penetrate. Yabo, so this is gangin. In my head, I'm like, how are you gonna even do that to me? And I was dating that boy actually.
Okay.
Yeah, well. And was like, yeah, he called his friend. His friend came over. And the friend was like, yeah, no, we're just gonna insert it a little bit and then take it out. We're not gonna do anything. Yeah, because really, the last time Ngiboni penis was when my thing, he raped me. Yeah, and I fought so hard. They tried using that pantyhose, but I screamed. So nothing really happened. Then I came this side to live with my dad. So at home, there were so many issues and we were fighting a lot. And I remember I needed a soap, body soap. And my brother, Uchu said to me, dude, we don't have toiletries. Your parents baqalile foot. And they hid toiletries with too. So this guy that I'm not going to mention, the one I told you about.
Yeah.
I wrote to him, I said to him, listen, I need a soap, I want to bath. And I was like, abazali bakho, they've started again. I'm like, yeah, you know them. Because they knew what was going on at home. I mean, Sasi close, I think we were about 6, it was 6 of us and we're friends. And the thing is, he used to say strange things. He used to say to me, you know, I don't understand why you're not dating. When you're the kind of a person that like a man would just rape in it because you're too full of yourself.
You're still 13 now.
No. Now I think I was probably, was I 20, I think I was 23.
Okay.
If not 24. No, I was 23, 22. And so every time he would say that, I would just laugh it off. I mean, he's my friend. He wouldn't really do something like that. And his friend would say the same thing. Then he was like, okay, no, it's fine. You can come get the soap. I went. And when I got there, again, I can't mention, the gospel artist he was playing for Drums, had just released a new album. So he was watching a DVD. So I was like, yeah, we just released this album. But I'm like, oh, okay, nice video. Yeah, bo. And I was like, yeah, but why Nozuko a boyfriend? And I'm like, yeah, but I just don't want to date, And also, I'm going through a lot of stuff. And I'm really not into this Mjolo thing. And I was really not at that time. Yeah, because I felt there was just a lot that I was going through. I was like, yeah, no, we are trauma, But there was just a scary look in his eyes. There was just something weird about him. And do you know what's said? Before I left the house, I kind of felt like something bad was going to happen, but I didn't know, Oguti, this was going to happen. And so when I left the house, I was wearing like a miniskirt, namagusha. Yeah, but so I was not wearing an underwear or anything. I was just wearing a magusha and a miniskirt. And amagusha mbewa dabugile. But obviously, who's going to know Oguti my magusha at home? Nobody. Yeah, but then they started, started grabbing me. And I tried fighting.
Right there?
Yeah, right there.
While you're watching the DVD?
Yeah, while we were watching the DVD. I mean, for that time, I was even drinking. I love coffee. And he knew, I love it. I was even drinking. Busy, I look at Busy saying the stuff. I'm like, whatever, drinking. But even that taught me something afterwards. You cannot go to a man's house and be that comfortable. And the thing is, I think the biggest mistake I've ever made with most of the guys I used to know then and some of the guys that raped me is how comfortable I was around them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like being comfortable to a point where, man, even if you say, your thighs are cute, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, bo. So I was that comfortable around him. I was like literally that comfortable. So when the rape happened, after he said to me, this was nice. You're exactly as I had imagined. And I said to him, are you aware that you just... Yeah, well, I mean, even if you were to scream, Abantu Apa, they know that you guys always come here, so nobody's really going to take you seriously. And I was like, facts. Well, I'm always there.
What year was this?
This was in 2009. I was staying with my parents in Dawn Park.
This is a drummist who plays...
Yeah, who plays for these artists I told
gospel
you about.
Artist.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right. And the worst happened. That was nothing because after that, I was like, okay, God, I have to get over this. I cannot believe this happened, but I need to get over this. I'm not even going to focus on what happened. I went home, I took a bath, and I left. I think 2 weeks later or something, I started feeling some weird pain on my thingy, on my womb. And I went to my sister's place in Kagiso. I stayed there for some time. I came back. I was like, okay, today I think I need to go to the clinic because the pain was like more severe now. Got to the clinic, found out good to know I'm pregnant. And in my head, I'm not dating anybody. I am pregnant.
Oh, man.
Mind you, let me tell you something that I did not say.
Man.
I didn't tell you. So at Dawn Park, guys used to say to me, when you think you're a Mother Teresa, because I really was not a person who, like, I was not out there, and I was not allowed to go to parties. I was never allowed to go anywhere. Yeah, so I was that church girl. On Fridays, you see me walking to church, and guys would say to me, "Please pray for us when you." Then nobody was, now you think you're Mother Teresa. So in my head, all of these things are playing in my head. Good, now I shop with a huge tummy. What are people gonna say?
Jeez,
what are my parents going to say? Because at home, home that time felt like hell because of the things that were happening. So it's like, yeah. Now these ones are gonna strangle. My parents are gonna kill me dead. And then So now, I just found it that I'm pregnant. Like, okay, I need to call someone. I called. I'm like, I just found out Uguti, I'm pregnant. Yabo. So this guy's like, no. You need to take that thing out. Okay, Vele, he used to ask me that. The guy was a politician. I'm not gonna mention him because he's not a part of this.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, no, I'm gonna help you. There's somebody who's gonna come and you need to take it out because your parents are gonna kill you. Yabo. And I'm like, yeah, how? Nozuko. Yeah, Jola, when you have a boyfriend, you don't even want to date me. I'm like, I don't have a boyfriend.
This is the politician.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't have a boyfriend.
But I think he was just...
yeah. I'm like, I don't have a boyfriend. What are you talking about? Then I went home. I think 2-3 hours later, he calls. It's like, okay, I'm going to come pick you up. You're going to Sunwood Park. Somebody's going to give you something when we get there. Yeah, and he comes, picks me up, going to Sunwood Park. I've never felt so mortified in my entire life. The person who brings me a pill to abort is somebody I've been preaching to.
You lie.
Yeah. No.
You lie.
Somebody I've been preaching to, telling this person, bro, you need to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior.
You're evangelizing to this person.
Evangelizing, bro, like what?
What? Yes,
and when he saw me, he said to me,
I get it.
He said to me, what funny pill? I couldn't even answer that. I just looked away. I'm like, what? And he was like, yo, Yane. I was like, okay, God, I don't know what is this. But yeah, he was so disappointed. He was so disappointed. He gave me the pill. The guy was a doctor, a bara. Gave me the pill and he said to me,
but you're on fire though. You were ministering to doctors. Dude,
I know. Every time I think about that part,
you were fire, girl. You were on next level.
And that used to be my life. That's what I was used to. Yabo. So I took the pill and it told me the instructions. You just insert this thing. You don't even wait to bleed. 30 minutes, after 30 minutes, tell your parents to take you to the hospital. Because if you don't, you're going to die. Then something says to me, in my head, good, let me die, or rather it's fine. Because I've been struggling all my life, so it's good. Took the pill. I told my brother, my younger brother, I'm like, oh, bro, because he knows. I told him what had happened. And so I'm like, and then he said, Nozuko, are you going to go through with this? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to. He waited for me. I went to the bathroom, started the pill, and he looked at me, and, he was so torn. I could, his eyes were full of tears, but he didn't know what to do because I said to him, you don't tell anybody about this. I'm going to deal with this. I bled the whole night. Woke up the following day, felt dizzy and weak. Luckily, my parents were going to work, so I was going to be alone and the helpers, so it didn't really matter much. It was Monday, Tuesday, on Wednesday. Yeah, I felt like my legs couldn't move. And my stepmom was like, Vukani, don't. But it was supposed to wake up. And I was like, yo, what am I going to do? My vagina is sore. My womb is sore. My body is sore. I can't move my legs. Luckily, they left. So I was left with my brother and the helpers. And my brother came to them, was like, can you walk? I'm like, bro, like, I can't walk. Please help me up. You know, my brother helped me up. I went to a dining room. Then later on in the evening, I went to Ngalala. So my dad and my stepmom thought I was just going through some stuff. So they didn't really land a lot to see if, you know. On Thursday, my stepmom was like, why are you pale? You are pale. What's your problem? I'm like, yeah, nothing. I don't know what's going on. Like, my whole body was pale. My face, like, I was pale. Like, you could tell something was wrong. I was like, no, I don't know, you know. Friday, on Saturday. Yeah. Then on Saturday, I just it felt like something was going to happen. But I just didn't know what that was but I just knew, Guti, something is not okay. I could feel it in my heart. I could feel it, I could feel it. I slept on Saturday. On Sunday, I woke up, I think around 5. I crawled outside from my room because I knew my parents were going to say, yes, your son doing. So I needed to hide myself because I did not want to go to church. I couldn't walk. I literally crawled like this. Then I heard a voice. You see, the reason why I always say to people, I know I've been through a lot of things, but there's one thing that I never, ever want to lose, my relationship with God. Because I feel like there is so much that He has done for me. And I can say to you, if you ask me who's your best friend, I think God is my best friend. Because what happened that day is crazy. I heard a voice, not in my heart, like audibly so, I heard a voice. And the voice said, if you do not go to the hospital today, you're not going to make it. You have to go. And I remember responding, and I said back, this is me saying back to that voice, I'm not going there. Kill me. You've let me go through a lot of things. Thank you. If I have to die today, I appreciate that. I want to die. And I really wanted to die. And that was the end of it. Then, I don't know what happened, but I remember being esbelele. I was like, how did I even get here? Who brought me here? My stepmom says she called an ambulance. Uti, she just had a feeling and she didn't know why. But something told her to call an ambulance. And the doctor said to me, Tambo Memorial what Hospital in Boksbeek. There were about 5 doctors. They were asked, what pill did you use? And I described the pill. Two of them said to me, that has never happened before. Never. Not with that pill. And I said, what do you mean? And the baby shocked, how? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you're still alive? And the other nurse said to me, you must thank your God. It's impossible.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, can we do this? And guys, please let me go. I want to go now.
You just wanted to be
I wanted to,
yeah.
I really wanted to leave. And they're like, no, we have to add, I'm like, no.
I want to be out of here, guys.
They're like, yeah.
I want to leave.
And they took me to Iward. I'm like, oh my goodness. Then the strangest thing happened there. There was this lady there were 2 actually. They're sick. So this lady, Uyang Boskuti, why are you here? So I'm like, yeah, this is what I did. What to do? It's like, okay. Now I did almost the same thing. Like, okay. Then at night, the same voice I heard at home said to me, wake up. You need to pray for these people, especially this one. And I was like, that's not going to happen. You're not going to tell me to pray for people yet. I mean, I just had an abortion. So what are these people going to say? You're embarrassing me, Mos. So I rebuke you, Satan. This was me, So Mangiti, I look at this lady, the one that I'm supposed to pray for. You can tell me she's in pain and she's going through a lot. And I said to her, do you want me to pray for you? And she was like, yeah, please. I prayed for her. And we started talking. She started telling me about her journey with God. And right after that prayer, Bam discharged her. And she said to me, you see, your prayer helped. You came here for me.
Wow.
And I was like, no, I did not come here for, I was really mad. I did not come here.
Yeah. Also, you had that ego.
Yes,
Yeah.
But something that's going to shock you, Guti, everyone in that ward, after that prayer, all of them, they got discharged the following day.
Wow.
Then, in the morning, I think around 5, the same voice I'm telling you about said to me, don't touch anything today, don't drink water, don't eat anything. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's fine, I'm not gonna, you need to leave. I'm like, okay. So should I start packing my bags? I mean, I didn't even know, Guti, what does that mean? If this voice will say to me, you need to leave. It's like, okay, then I woke up, I'm happy. Today I'm leaving, And those ladies, discharged. Then the nurse came to me and the nurse was like, okay, please don't eat anything. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'm not gonna eat anything. You're going to a theater, we have to clean you. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know how I forgot. But then when I sang it like a knick-knack.
I'm
And then so the nurse comes like, are you ready? I'm like, yeah, but I only had one knick-knack. It's like, we are lala, sis. Yeah, we are lala. I'm like, no. And I cried. At night, this very same voice I'm talking about asked me a question. Why are you here? I'm like, I ate. I was not supposed to. But it felt so good at that time because I was like, I have this person that keeps talking to me. I would love to believe that's God. And, I think I love it. So the following day, Vela got discharged. Little did I know I was about to face real hell at home. Why did you're not supposed to abort, you're going to go to hell. And I was reminded of this every day. But I had to heal by myself. There was literally nobody to walk me through that journey. I remember saying a prayer. I remember saying, God, I really need you to help me because I don't want to deal with this. But the best thing you can do for me is to just take this guy. I don't ever want to see this guy. I don't want to bump into this guy. Then I was told Uguti he left Don Park. Nobody knows where he went. So I was like, okay, thank God. Then in 2015, so I moved to Evila Lisa, live with some relatives. Then there was this guy who apparently he used to stalk me. So he knew, okay, 8 o'clock, she's going to buy bread.
Yeah.
4 o'clock, 4-5, she's gonna jog. So he knew my schedule.
Yeah.
And it turns out Uguti, my dad knew that guy. Yeah, one. So he's like, no, I've been seeing around because my nephew happens to know you. And Evele, the nephew, is a friend of mine. So my nephew's like, nah, my uncle is such a good guy, so just give him a chance. And I was like, nah, Vele, I'm not gonna date him. That's what I told myself. There's just so many weird things about him. But at that time, I didn't really know Uguti, weird things. It's just a feeling I got. Remember this one time we were sitting in his car. Then all of a sudden, I saw his hands full of blood. They were dripping blood. Not physically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
They was like, oh! What's he in? What do you see? What do you see?
Yeah.
So the moment he asked Guti, what do I see? I found that very strange. How do you know, Guti, I see something? Then he locked the car. I was like, you're not going anywhere. I want you to tell me what is it that you see in my hands. And I was like, okay, God. No. I'm just sure your hands are, I think I said, imino yako imbi, and your face is, I had to come up with something, you know. Then I think the following day, I saw something else about him. There's just a lot of things that God revealed about him that were really scary. And I remember him saying, your father is not going to be the reason why you're not going to give me a chance, and I will make sure of it. I was like,
so now he's forcing himself.
Yeah, you know. Okay, just to make it short, so one time he came and I was like, okay, I just want you to cover me. I need to buy electricity because we don't have electricity at home. But that day, he wasn't looking at me at all. Like, he would like drive like this. Like, why? But this is weird.
Is he looking at the back?
Not at the back, but I'm like all over the place, but not me. He's just not looking at me. We got to, the place where they saw electricity. Wow. Mang Biela back in the car. He locks the car. It's like, ish, your thighs are cute. Because I'm going like a jean, like a torn jean. Yabo. Bese at. Yabo. So I'm like, man, you're hurting me. What are you doing? But I could tell something was just not right. But I didn't know, but I just knew something was not, because he was acting very strange. He went and parked a car, like we open field. That's when I saw the gun. I was like, okay, what's going to happen? And he said to me, I've been waiting for you. I'm not going to wait anymore. I want what I want. I was like, no, can we at least go to my place? I need to take this electricity, go mini. So he's like, no, it's not going to happen. I'm going to get you today. I want what I want. Kiss me. He was uncontrollable. It felt like I was dealing with a demon. That's how it felt. And then he took out that gun. Yeah, because the gun was under a chair. Then he decided to drive off to what's another open field. But there were no houses. There was nothing. It was just us. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I should open the door and run. But what if he shoots me?
Because he's got a gun.
Yeah, he's got a gun.
Yeah.
What you're trying to do is not really possible because it's only the two of you here. So you're not going to get away. That guy raped me and strangled me. You know when a person like has this part of their arm, you can't even breathe properly. There was even a time when he was like, I don't on my nipples. You know when somebody a pinch on my nipples, you feel like, I don't know, but you can lose a breath. Yeah, that's how it felt. Because there was a time when I was like, because I couldn't bear the pain. He would like literally do this. My nipples. And after that, he was like, thank you. One thing I need you to know is that I'm safe. I'm not sick. So, mina, what in it?
So he didn't use a...
No, he didn't.
Condom.
Rapists don't use condoms. They don't. It's like, you're safe. I'm not HIV. I don't have any sickness. So you're safe. Don't worry. And I said to him, okay, it's fine. Can I go? He's like, no, I'm going to drop you off. Don't worry. I got to my aunt's place and I was like, it happened again. Now my fear was, am I going to experience this every year? Nah. Like, that's the question I kept asking myself because being a tea, now it was becoming a pattern. I went to the clinic and I remember that nurse saying to me, guys like that, because he was a powerful man, a very powerful one.
How powerful?
That nurse, she knew him very well. She had taxis, she had a driving school. Apparently he was friends with politicians and police and yabo. So he was well known. And that lady said to me, the only thing I can tell you, just take these pills with Obashap. Trying to get him arrested is not going to help. It's going to kill you, and it's going to kill your family. I'm telling you about something that I know. I was like, okay. And she said to me, I'm sorry, but I think it's for your own safety. It's not going to help. That one buys a law. And then there was this lady. So that time when we were driving school. So the owner of the driving school knew the guy. She said the same thing to me. I'm sorry you had to go through that. But that one, Miguel. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll deal with it. 2 years later, I hook up with a friend I had not seen in maybe 7 years. He used to work for a certain radio station, a big radio station. I'm not going to mention him also because you probably know him. Actually, you do know him.
You can mention him. We'll cut it out.
No. So we linked up. It's like, I haven't seen it. And the thing is with him, there was a time when I told myself, okay, actually, he's not that bad. I can give this one a chance now. Too matured and he looks different. But I think we just need to start off as friends. Again, this thing, the one I was talking about, I become so comfortable around guys. It's like, I want to come to a place because there's a story I need to write, but I need privacy. Sorry, my endling go busy. It's like, no, it's fine, you can come through. Uzolala. I'm like, yeah, it's fine, I can sleep over.
In his mind, it's a total different story.
Of course. And in my head, I'm like, you wouldn't. I went there and took a shower, I think about 10. It's like, nah, me and you're gonna have to, we have to share a bed because you can't sleep because I think my kid's bed. I'm like, okay, no, it's fine.
Oh, he has kids?
Yeah, he has kids.
Okay,
so fine, gay. Ow.
But where's the wife? So sorry to cut you.
He's not married. Oh. He wasn't married. I don't think he's married even now. He's not.
Okay.
Then he starts touching him. I'm like, yeah, but we are not going to have sex. I don't want to kiss you. I said to you, can we just be friends for now? It's like, yeah, but see, you are here. And I'm like, no, we can't. Then the fight begins. The problem is that whenever these things happen, they will take me back to that little helpless Nozuko. Where I couldn't fight for myself. I couldn't do anything. And that's what happened again that day. I just looked at him, raped me. And I felt like, Ingati, in my head, I was like, is he really raping a 6-year-old? Literally, that's what I said. Because it felt like I was still that little girl. And when he was done, I was like, thank you. This was so beautiful. I woke up in the morning. I was like, okay, let me just...
That was so dirty, man. That's not beautiful.
Right?
There's no beautiful there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they all said it's all of them.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. I went home, and when I got home, I sent him a text. I said to him, you raped me. Me? No, it wasn't. Natima, did I say yes? No, of course you didn't say yes, but... is that rape? I mean, you were going to give me a chance at some point. Yeah. And I was like, okay, now it's fine. That's when I stopped visiting guys. I stopped being friends with males. And I think I kind of found it hard to trust even males around me, my brothers. And was a time when I was scared of my own little brothers. Yabo, and my guy friends. And I was like, am I going to have to go through this thing? I have to be depressed. I don't want to be depressed over this. Like, I need help. So I don't know how I'm going to get that, but I need help. I need to be freed from anger because I could tell what I was angry. But the thing is, I've mastered the art of pretending to be okay. Depending on call, like, okay. Then I was like, okay, I need to start praying for my healing because I really need to heal. I do not want to find myself hating every other guy. I believe in love. I do want to get married at some point. And so I do not want to have this grudge against men. I believe that there are men out there who are not dogs. Not every man is. And once I understood Uguti, men are not the same, I think it felt better. And I would watch videos where, there's male psychologists would, encourage women. And
yeah.
I was like, okay, no, there are good men. Not every man is, it's like the men who have done whatever that they did to me. And the guy the one where the gun got shot, he died.
So the dangerous guy.
I was so happy. I've never been that happy in my entire life. When I heard Guti had died, I was so happy. That guy made my life miserable. There was a time when I couldn't leave the house because Wang stalker even after that.
It
was painful. I think he wanted to repeat it. Like it was bad. So when I heard he got shot, I was like, even my cousins were happy. The lady who owned a driving school, she was so excited. People were happy because they knew him. Because I remember one guy saying to me, that guy is not going to let you leave. It's strange, Guti, even after doing what he did, he let you leave. He's not. He's evil, Nozuko. And when he died, I was like, God, thank you.
Jeez, man, I'm so sorry about what happened to you.
Thank you.
To the man that did what they did to you, it's so disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
And sometimes I feel like men, they're not even aware of what they're doing to women by raping them.
I don't think they are.
It's even disgusting, especially when this thing happens to a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
I saw the other day on the newspaper that I think a 1-year-old kid was raped by a guy. Men don't care anymore. They even rape like elderly women.
I'm telling you, I've met a lot of women who have gone through what I've gone through. But some of them lost, ingqondo. The mental state is just messed up. I know one lady who got crippled after getting raped. And what men don't understand, Uguti, being raped takes something out. Like it's like somebody has stolen something from you. A rape, that is really hard to deal with. That thing breaks you into pieces. Emotionally, it messes you up. I know women, I'm saying this because the one that I spoke to said it's okay, I can say this. She decided to become a prostitute because of that. And when guys do this, they think it's fun. Just because, I raped her and you feel good about it. Just know what you have killed me. You have to live with this for the rest of your life.
When somebody's been raped, they're not only dimming their light, but they are taking away their light.
Yes.
And remember, when you drop a light and it splashes on the floor, you can't put it back.
No, you can't.
It's only God who can give you another light.
Definitely. I am very, when I visit my siblings, abanama, like siblings who have daughters, like, my niece said to me the other day, Aunt, you are too much. And then she doesn't know why. Like, I don't want them to play outside. Like, I'm overprotective. It's scary. My niece said to me, nothing is going to happen, Auntie, relax. I'm like, yeah, but you can't. You know, if by outside, I have to go, I have to be there with them. Because in my head, I'm thinking, what if something happens to them? Who's going to fight? Because I know the pain. And I don't want them to go through that. Now imagine me, even when I'm around my friends, you know, I'll be, is she safe? Where is she? And that's not nice.
Are we at that point?
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Whereby you have 2 daughters and you always have to look out.
That's how cruel the world is. You can't even leave your daughters with your male cousins, or it's not safe anymore. If people are being raped by their fathers, by their brothers, if sons can rape their mothers, don't you know about that story? The guy who raped his mom. The world is really not a safe place anymore for women, and also for boys too, because I do know even boys do get raped. They get molested.
During the incidents of you getting raped, when you look at these men's eyes, what do you see?
Cruelty, heartless, monsters.
You know what I see? I see a demon.
Right.
Manifesting.
True. The last one, the last guy who did this to me said to me, I was not aware, Oguti, I was raping you. I was just focused on, and I just enjoyed myself. Are you telling me you didn't enjoy anything? And I said to him, what did you just ask me? I'm just saying, so you didn't enjoy anything, nothing. While I was enjoying. And that's when I realized, Guti, Nkari, these people, I don't know, Nkari, I guess it's a demon, maybe, like, I don't know.
They're possessed.
Yeah, they're possessed for real. How do you ask a question like that?
They're possessed.
How do you ask a person, did you enjoy it? But you know what you did.
Yeah, because a normal person who thinks right, they can never do something like this. They can never do something like that. You've completely lost your mind. You know, the thing is that a lot of men, I don't want to talk about other people, but a lot of men, mentally, they're not okay. They just haven't been diagnosed.
Right?
Yep. It's like somebody who's drinking alcohol every week or every day, and they're not even aware that they're addicted to alcohol.
Right.
But if they go on a test, the results will come out and say
you're addicted.
Yeah, but they don't want to do that.
Right.
They don't want to admit.
Sure.
So a lot of men out there, they're not okay mentally. They just haven't been diagnosed. If we had to put them on a diagnosal program or something, we're gonna find some crazy stats. And I think this is something that we need to do as a country, that let us not look at how many people are employed, how many people. We also need to look at how many people are not okay mentally.
How many people are sick in the head.
Because you would be in a taxi or in an Uber, you never know. You're in an Uber, the Uber driver's a demon. Or maybe you are the Uber driver and you are
the demon. Yeah, no, that's true. I've heard stories. Yeah.
It's crazy, eh?
But where are we supposed to live though? Like, what's supposed to happen? I really wish, I don't know, I wish there was But looking back now, I do wish I had taken action against all of them. I regret not having any of those guys arrested. Because I feel like if you do something like that, it's probably who you are. I'm probably not the first and the last person to do that too.
Just to, make rape awareness out there, women that are watching you. I know that there's a lot of women like yourself who's been through similar situation, and it pains me a lot. But what would you say to them?
So to those who have gone through the same thing and haven't really healed, I've come across a lot of those actually. It's really not easy dealing with it, but you've got to free yourself. You've got to free your mental state and your emotional state. Because if you don't, you'll stay in that prison forever. It's not nice. Forgiving is not an easy thing. But it's worth it. Not for the person who has hurt you, but for yourself. I remember there was a time when I carried hatred and I hated myself too. I would look at myself and hate myself and I'd want to harm myself. And that's what it does. So I would say forgive yourself and know that you didn't deserve that at all. You are not in the wrong at all. But you have got to heal for you to leave, because existing is painful. You can't just exist, you have to heal and leave. Meluphile. And it's possible. I'm talking about something that I know. And the one thing that helped me the most was prayer. I had nobody. I had to pray for myself. I had to fight because I needed to leave. I could feel, Guti, if I continue hating these people, but hate, bitterness, it causes a lot of things, even in your body.
100%.
Your own hell, So you don't want to get sick because of that. You have got to do it for you, do it for your body, do it for your mind, do it for your heart, do it for your health, do it for you. If you've got kids, do it for your kids. Life will deal with the rest. But the one thing I know is that God does heal. Prayer does heal. And God is able to do it. And to those who, and I pray that, if you have never gone through it, I pray that it never happens. But I think you just have to be careful of your surroundings. Like I'm saying, there were times when I felt like, I do feel like if I had avoided, sleeping over at this guy's houses, probably wouldn't have happened. I believe so, So try and, there's so many ways to protect yourself. Don't be too comfortable around guys just because like you're saying, you never know. Futhi, if a guy wants you and you don't want him, because my mistake was, even if I knew, okay, I'm not going to give you a chance, I'd still hang around with you. Whatever. Visit me and I'd visit, chill in your bed. And I did not even have a problem. Because you're my friend. Yabo. So I feel sorry for myself that I had to experience that for my eyes, or for me to realize, Guti, how you carry yourself around a person who's really hungry for you. Yabo, it could cause a lot of damage. So just be on the lookout and protect yourself. Unfortunately, even if we say protect yourself, what if your father does it? What if it happens right where you are? Do you get what I'm saying? Because even if I say to you, no, don't hang around, guys, it's okay. But what if your brother does? What if your uncle does it?
Where you gonna go, man?
Where you gonna go? We live in a world full of... You remember what I said to you earlier? I said to you, Lento being of being raised by... But people are broken out there. People are going through a lot of things. People are sick. People are sick out, and what are you gonna do?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I know that there will be those who are gonna learn a lot from this.
Hopefully.
But thank you so much for your story. I pray for nothing but the best.
Thank you.
For you.
Thank you.
I pray for more healing.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for your story. Thank you for your life.
Thank you for my life, deep.
Thank you.